Hi, thank you to Allergy for asking me to give a presentation on our recent paper on behalf of my co-authors, Kirsten Stewart, Chris Cole, and Brian Lipworth. So the peripheral airways comprise generations 8 to 23 of the bronchial tree and are referred to the quiet zone of the lung. Airway oscillometry is a tidal breathing pulmonary function test that is easy to perform and can actually measure the peripheral airways quite readily. Now, the main outputs from airway oscillometry include peripheral airway resistance as R5 minus R20, or frequency dependence of resistance, and also peripheral airway compliance as the area under the reactance curve, or also known as AX. Now, in this study, we case-matched selected patients from 2 previous phase 4 clinical trials based on the degree of baseline peripheral airways disease. And the original trials here looked at the impact of anti-IL-4 dupilumab therapy or anti-IL-5 receptor benralizumab therapy in severe asthma. In figure A, you can see that patients were case-matched based on the presence of raised peripheral airway resistance, whereas in figure B, matching was based on reactance. And the first thing to note is that dupilumab conferred greater percentage improvements in peripheral airway resistance and reactance compared to benralizumab, and changes in R5 minus R20 and AX amounted to 44% and 42% thereabouts. That exceeded previously reported minimal clinical important differences of 37% and 41% respectively. Secondly, the response to dupilumab was much more homogeneous compared to benralizumab for both resistance and reactance, and you can see there were also tighter 95% confidence intervals with dupilumab. Now, of course, further studies are required to confirm these preliminary findings. So thank you again for listening, and I'd be happy to take any questions via email.